I'm Jocelyn McClellan, or Fit Mission Makeup. However you have found me, welcome to this channel. I wanted to give you a tutorial using the cream makeup that I have used for a very long time. Seint cream makeup has been my favorite for years. With Seint, it takes easy makeup and makes it be one of the most amazing things with everything fitting into one palette. Your makeup palette houses it all. So I'm gonna show you this tutorial on how you can get awesome makeup, make it as natural looking as you want, or take it to the next level following these tips that you may have not seen from any other tutorial before. This will be the last tutorial you see filmed in this house. We are getting ready to list this house. We spent all this time getting it cleaned up and getting the realtor here and all that jazz, and this is the last time. I wanted to do full face for you so that you could see just how I do things, because it has been a hot minute since I filmed any tutorials. I just got my brows microbladed and I promise you they're nice and even. If you follow me along for a hot minute, you know that I tend to raise this brow more than the other, but I figured it out. When I'm tired, it really goes off, because all of this, if you tend to have this problem, it all comes down to like scalp massages and how tight and tension there is, and it makes such a difference. So I've actually been doing way better with it, except for right now. So we're going to pretend that never happened, except for I just drew attention to it. So you're probably gonna be like, yeah, no, we're not able to, but we're gonna dive into eyes first. My favorite eye primer has been out of stock for the longest time. I got another eye primer to use in its place, and I just don't like it near as much. This is actually a liquid eyeshadow, and I've been testing it out. If you've followed me at all, you know that when I test products out, I usually don't give links to the products that I'm testing. I don't, because I don't just test one time and see if I like them. I test for a lot of times with different weather, different humidities, different dryness, to see what I really truly think. For makeup, I want it to be easy. I want makeup to be easy for all ages. I don't wanna just hone in if makeup is better for if you're 20, if makeup is better for if you're 50, makeup if you're 60, that type thing. I want it to be for all ages in different things. So whether it's dry climate, oily climate, we get to the bottom of it. But one thing you need to make sure you do is make sure you get into any creasing that you have. So if you have to hold your hand down and get in there really well, or tilt your head way far back, that you do, because that's really going to make a difference. So next, one of the things that you have not seen me do, let me pull out these brushes right here, is I started using these BK brushes, and I have an eyeshadow technique that is so easy for you. So first things first, you're gonna take whatever colorful color that you like that's darker, and I'm gonna go in with this color right here called pomegranate, and I'm gonna just be fast. And this is actually, with having wrinkly eyelids, this is a really quick way to do your eyes. So you don't have to be perfect at this part, and you're just gonna get that color on. Again, it can be messy, it doesn't have to be perfect. Now you're gonna take off all the excess, and you're gonna go for a medium shade. So it could be one that's like here, one that's there, but I'm gonna go for this pink one right here. It's my favorite one to do right behind it. And you're just gonna go right behind it, same brush, but they can overlap, and see how it just chills that out, so there's no harsh line that you have to worry about, making it be so fast. And this is really great if you're somebody that has hooded eyes or you have excess skin. Now see how that's such a strong line there? Look at this. I'm gonna go right behind it, but because it's that medium shade, we're just slowly fading out those dark tones. Do you see how that can just like totally transform that? Then I'm gonna take a little different brush. This is the 203 from BK Beauty. And I am going to go on top of that and relax my brow. And if you get out here, it's okay, we'll clean that up. And I'm gonna make sure I get it onto the brow bone. And this color right here, so I did pomegranate first, and then I did Claire, and now I'm doing chai. And then this color is just to act as a camouflage for that excess skin, and it is to just fill in where we need to lighten things out that's not so dark of a color. And there you go. The one thing I did was my skincare before, and I put my sunscreen on. I have a sunscreen guide. I'm gonna take, this is called the Etch Brush. I'm gonna take this color right here called Trust, and anywhere I really want my eyeliner to be thicker like on this outer edge. So going in with the darker color acts as a liner, but I wanna get right in close to there, which you can't really do that well with using that other method. I'm looking at this to just kind of fill in any empty spaces that I want there to be a little more depth. And I like to go right into those lashes because this is gonna make my lashes themselves look more full. And there you go. And then I'm gonna put on that mascara. That is done. I got my mascara on, and now we're gonna move into the face. This is my Seint makeup. It is Boss. Everything fits into the one palette. Still using it after 8 whole years. I love the simplicity of it. Using a cream foundation. So it's a 3D foundation. Seint's 3D foundation acts as, if you put key things in key places, it's gonna make your face more dimensional. I took it one other step. I started thinking about when we lack pigmentation, we tend to think that we have darker under eyes or darker problems or darker issues with this and that, but really it's the lack of pigmentation that can really be a problem. So if you look at my face, I've got the darker under eyes, okay? And then you see that it's like freckling or whatever there. I want you to look really closely at, do you see how there's this white line? We'll zoom in real quick. Do you see how there's this whitish line that kind of comes through there? But because that's lighter than the rest of my skin, it makes that dark under eye stand out. And the freckling, we'll zoom in there. The freckling that comes in right there makes it so that those areas look darker, but they're not. One of the things that we want to do though is we want to introduce warmth. When we introduce warmth in key places, it makes such a difference. And I used to not teach tutorials like this, but introducing warmth is key. So the first thing I'm actually going to do is, a lot of us have redness on our cheeks. I'm actually going to put blush on first, but I'm going to put the blush where I feel I need it. So if you have rosacea here, go to the backside and you're just trying to take it to the shape that blush is, okay? So I'm gonna apply my blush in that perfect shape. Now what this is doing is it's teaching your mind to be like, oh, I'm pretty without all that makeup. But it also helps you lose focus on what the problems you thought there were. So I'm gonna add the blush to my face. Okay, and you can even, if you want to put some over your nose, I pick a blush color that looks a lot like redness color would be. So Seint has a color called Sangria, Saffron. This one's my favorite, Renaissance. And so I'm picking a color that's close to redness. And FYI, if you have a red neck, take a little blush and put it on the bottom of your chin, because it's gonna tie that and then tie these points in, and it makes such a big difference. Now, the thing with this blush is also, this is a matte color, AKA Seint calls them satins. It's a matte color. So by putting that on the face first, it's actually having something to hold onto. Whereas if I went in with a gloss or a semi-gloss, that would be causing problems with having the makeup stay better. Next, I'm gonna go in with a bronzer. So I turn red easier with bronzers. This one is actually lighter, or a different color than it. It's not even a bronzer. This is called Suede Lip Liner. It is also from Seint, but their lip liner doesn't pull me as orange as a bronzer does. I pull orange very easily. I want you to notice how I blended that in so fast. You couldn't see that it was there, none of that. I want you to be able to, as you're putting on blushes, as you're putting color onto the face, make it look so natural that someone would have to guess if you truly put that on. Like obviously with a blush, we know that we're putting it on, but with that bronzer, when it goes on fast like that, because you didn't overdo it, it makes blending things out so fast, and you can warm it up a little as you go to make it look as natural as you want. Because I have a very narrow face, I'm actually going to connect things across, which also there's not like an ending point that my blush is ending that you can physically see, and that's gonna make a difference for that. Now my neck is a little bit lighter right here. Take that Suede lip liner that I'm using for a bronzer, and I'm gonna blend all down into here because I'm warmer right here than right there. So that's just gonna blend. And a lot of people have this issue. looks good, and I'll just get, and whatever left on my brush, I'm just gonna blend it on out. My upper lip is actually lighter in pigmentation than the rest of the areas on my face. So again, I'm gonna go with the smaller end. This is called the blend brush. I'm gonna take that blend brush and just get a little bit. It's not gonna look like I have blush on. It's gonna warm it up. I don't want it to make it look like I have bronzer. I just wanna make it look like that everything is the same color. So again, this upper lip would stand out easily, but because I am now putting it to the color of the rest of my face, it no longer stands out. Next, see this little brush right here? And see how it looks dark instead of using all these guys? So traditionally what I would do is I would take these guys and put them in their place first, but I'm actually gonna do the opposite. By filling in either this color, Seint actually, as of now, they quit carrying this NV+1. They quit carrying it. They said they're gonna bring it back. So if you see this and they already have it, it's because they did in the meantime. But I have my suede. It doesn't pull as orange, so it's totally helpful. I'm going to use my suede. I'm gonna test on my hand to make sure I didn't get too much, which I did. So if you can see bigger amounts on your hand, you got too much. So that's why I like to test it on my hand, because I don't want it to show up as pigment as like, whoa, she has bronzer on. So I'm gonna look at all these areas that need a little bit more pigment, and I'm gonna take that brush and I'm gonna fill in those areas that need more pigment. See, like that? I turned the brush over and it got too much. You don't want it to ever go onto your face that it has that much. Luckily, that was a space that has more wiggle room I can have with color. So you're just looking, just like we did with the top lip, to have that pigmentation come in as pigmentation that matches up with your tones. I'm gonna fill in that area that was lighter right there, and then I have an area that's lighter right there. I'm only going on the areas that don't have the pigment. I'm being cautious of it, and I got a little too much color, so then it did make it look like bronzer. So I'm taking off all the excess on there. Saw how I pressed it out? I didn't pull it off, I pressed it, and then again, I'm being cautious. So what that does is it makes it so that dark under eye is no longer standing out so as much, which is what you want, because you're doing less work in order to accomplish that. So I'm just gonna look at this one more time, and I'm gonna do one right by that freckling. And then with that freckling, I will just very so lightly use a little bit of that color corrector. Oh, and I have a spot that we removed a mole that doesn't have pigment. I'm gonna add color to. Okay, and I'm gonna take a little, so yeah, I paint my arm up a little bit. I'm gonna take a little bit of this 03. It's a little bit darker, so it works better with the freckles. And I'm gonna put it just on those darkest points. Again, that was a little too much. And I'll put, since I know I have some on my brush, I'm gonna color correct these areas. Now I'm gonna go in with my foundation, going back to the blend brush, and when I color match you, so I do these custom color matches. Fitmissionmakeup.com. Fitmissionmakeup.com is where you go to get a custom color match. I tell you what, these are called our highlights. I tell you what highlight colors are best for you. More than likely, I'll match you to 3 colors, one darker, one in the middle. So I call this my color corrector, the darkest one. I call this one the main shade, the middle one, and I call this one the brightener, because I do not like to call it a concealer, because true concealing is we're taking care of those darker areas versus going in with lighter colors. We want to go in with warmer colors. When you go in with lighter colors where you are darker, that's where texture shows up, that's where problems show up. We're taking the darker color, I'm just stippling in a little bit, and I'm going to the places that I have the darkest pigment on. Okay, so I'm gonna use that by going into any area that I know I want to conceal. And you can either leave alone what you already messed with in those areas, or you just need to make sure you stipple very carefully like that over top of them. I personally like to leave them alone as much as I can, because anything that's closer to your eyes, the more makeup you add, the higher your chances are with creasing. We want to keep makeup out of the creases as much as possible. And really and truly, a lot of us can. We just don't realize that we can, and so we don't, but you really truly can. So I'm gonna go and just place pigment where I know I need it. I'll get some on my nose. On your nose, if you have trouble with your nose, and you go in with a brush and you don't like it, try just going like this with the darker color, for the fact of the warmth from that gets in with those pores really good, except for you would want to stay off of that part that you, like if you had to conceal like I did, you would want to stay off of any sliding. Okay, Then I'm gonna take that middle color and I'm gonna take it in the areas that I know. So I never start my under eye right to my under eye. I'm always starting my under eye on this bone, and then I'm working my way in and through. I'm gonna take that middle color, right what I know I need along here. And everything, you should never be able to look at your brush and see gobs of color. You always want it to look like there's hardly anything on your brush. So if your brush looks loaded up, you always want to be using far less than you think. And it does not take much at all for this to be amazing. If it starts to look like your blush is no longer on your face, that's okay too. What the blush does is really work with concealing things and the bronzer. When I'm doing it fully on my own, I'm just placing where I think I need, but a lot of times I don't even touch where these areas are. But because I'm showing you, like, really and truly, you can go back over them if you want, or you can leave them be and truly only apply foundation in your like areas that bother you and call the rest a day. Like, you do not need makeup on your whole entire face. And anytime that you do makeup anywhere, you will lose that like exact identical match. You do you. Like, you do what you want to do. So I'm gonna take this blush right here. This one's called Tiger Lily. And I'm gonna apply Tiger Lily on my cheeks. And we're just gonna get more color back into those cheeks. And I'm gonna actually come across my nose, because again, I have a super narrow face. So I'm just gonna have it just go across so there's no abrupt ending. Then you can take your suede lip liner or any liner of your choice. I had tested out this one for y'all, and I'll just put it on because I really like this color too. So I put it on thin, and then I get it on the top of the lip. And you wanna get a color that's pretty dang close to your own natural, because when your lip gloss or lipstick fades off, it makes it so that it just looks natural like that. And this is Seint's as well. Their diamonds are forever, and that's all. So you can go into this way more intense. You can go into this very quickly. You can utilize this to just put color where it bothers you. You can do a full face of makeup. You can make this a heavier handed makeup. I didn't touch anything along here. There was areas I didn't mess with. You can seriously take a cream makeup like anywhere you want to. That's the joys about a cream makeup, is you just stipple and stipple where you want it by stippling. I will always stipple under where the skin is more textured. You can sweep more if there isn't texture. This skin here cannot be treated like this skin here. That is the trick to looking younger. You can choose to set with a powder. It's not necessary when you're using your skincare right before your makeup, and that's where I come in to guide you. You can watch tutorials on that. But when you're using your sunscreen for a primer, because you're getting one that is best for your skin type, it makes all the difference. So you can use my sunscreen guide on my blog. I'll make sure I link my blog. I'll try really hard to link the sunscreen guide as well. But that's it. By adding in that blush fat first and that bronzer first, the whole point with adding warmth to your face first, it allows you to see yourself in a different light. It allows you to see yourself like, oh, maybe I didn't need all of that makeup. But what happens is we tend to naturally take color out of our face to start. And if you remove color out of your face to start, then 100% you're gonna feel that you need more color added back in. And this is just a way to make sure that we're never taking it away. We're always keeping color there, and we're always keeping color with what we need with it. Color is always the biggest part of it all, okay? So I hope you love this. I hope it made sense. Ask questions below. Make sure you're following me on Instagram at jocelyn.mcclellan. You can follow me on Facebook at Fit Mission Makeup with Jocelyn McClellan, I believe it is. And then you can subscribe to this channel and watch more. I'm gonna be doing a lot more tutorials like I was before. I hope you have an amazing day. And as always, if you have questions, reach out. Don't forget that custom color match so that it takes out all the guesswork for you. You don't have to go through a makeup bag all the time. You don't have to dig through the drawers. It just takes, think of all the extras that we have with makeup, and it throws it into one palette, not wasting space. They're magnetized, and it rocks for you. Have a good one. Take care.